It's the big one, the game that's been circled on the calendar for months. The battle for the Little Brass Bell that dates back to 1900 between North Central and Wheaton. No shortage of Cardinals fans on hand as they face off with the Wheaton Thunder, the only team to beat them in their national championship campaign of 2019. Coach Jeff Thorne looking for his and the Cardinals' first Bell win in 5 years. Luke Lanin in just his second ever start, stepping into the biggest spotlight for any Cardinal quarterback. Running back Ethan Greenfield looking to follow up his 3-touchdown performance from last week, and senior wide receiver Andrew Kaminsky and his fellow fifth-year seniors looking for their first ever victory over Wheaton. In front of a sold-out home crowd, Wheaton came out throwing. Senior QB Luke Anthony finding tight end Burt McJunkin for the game's first big play. A couple plays later, they cap it off. A 9-yard touchdown pass from Anthony to Spencer Peterson to give the home team the early lead, and McCulley Stadium was absolutely buzzing. Later in the first quarter, Lanin gets a chance to show off his speed as he avoids the Thunder pass rush and turns a potential big loss into a nice gain. 2 plays later, well, seeing how well it worked the first time, why not another good gain off a scramble? And then again, this time on a designed run, another big gain on the ground for the freshman quarterback, who gained 93 yards on the ground in the game. That drive would end on a missed field goal, but after the early score for Wheaton, the Cardinal defense stepped it up, like this big play by senior Dan Gilroy to stuff a run. More good defense on the very next play as senior cornerback Jake Beasley breaks up Anthony's pass, and the Thunder were forced to punt. On the ensuing punt return, look at the speed from Nick Rommel. A great return to flip the field and give the offense excellent field position, which would pay off immediately. Very next play, Lanin finds D'Angelo Hardy wide open down the middle, a totally busted coverage, and the Cardinals tie the game at 7. To this point, it was a quiet game for Andrew Kaminsky, but Lanin decides to change that. First, a nice throw to the near sideline on a quick out, followed by a shot further down the field for a big gain. But unfortunately, the Cardinals were unable to turn that drive into points. Second half now, and the Cardinals going for it on 4th down in their own territory, but they put their faith in the freshman quarterback as Lanin picks it up again, showing off his speed. Later in the drive, Lanin finding Hardy again, who gets down inside the 5-yard line, picking up lots of yardage after the catch. And that pass sets up the run as Ethan Greenfield plunges right up the middle and into the end zone to give the Cardinals the lead. Greenfield's 4th rushing touchdown already in 2 games. After recovering a surprise onside kick to capitalize on their momentum, Lanin goes long to find Kaminsky again down inside the 5-yard line as the freshman shows his accuracy throwing the deep ball. But again, the Cardinals were unable to capitalize as the ball is knocked loose and the Thunder recover the fumble to keep it at a 1-score game. However, the Cardinals defense stepped up again in response. Dakota Cremines makes a big hit here, and yet another Wheaton offensive drive goes nowhere. Into the 4th quarter now, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Lanin to Kaminsky running away from Thunder defenders for a 55-yard gain. Once again, it looks like the Cardinals are in business on offense. But this is the point where this game went a little off the rails, as Greenfield appears to fumble, but the referees rule him down by contact. But then, of course, on the next play, the ball slips out of Lanin's hand, and it's another turnover forced by the Wheaton defense. But still, their offense could not find a spark, and on the next Cardinals drive, it's Lanin to Kaminsky one more time. 6 catches, 134 yards on the night for Kaminsky, who was fired up with the bell in his sights at this point for the first time in his career. After a penalty backed them up, it's Greenfield to put the icing on the cake of a truly delicious victory, an 18-yard score that made it 20-7, and for the first time since 2016, the bell is heading back to Naperville. The Cardinals have tamed the Thunder, and only 2 games in, this season is already feeling very special for North Central.
Oh, it feels great. I'm just Just glad I got to come out here and do it for our fifth-year guys and all the guys on our team who hadn't got the bell yet, so it was amazing. When I saw Drew catch that, I was screaming, I was yelling, I was jumping around. It was so fun. I mean, but our coaches are calling great plays for that, telling me exactly what's going to happen, and it did, so it was pretty great. Walk away remembering that our defense is amazing. I mean, 7 points in the whole game. They gave up the first touchdown, first drive, and then held in the rest. So if we got a defense like that, it's going to be a great year.
Oh my! Well, first of all, we can't get complacent. That's it. We got to come back in ready to work tomorrow. Just because it was Wheaton, it doesn't mean anything. We still made mistakes that we got to correct. But I mean, it's just we got guys who've been in the defense 3-4 years now, and it's the same system, and we just finally trust each other. It's just an incredible experience to know that I have complete faith in the guy to the left and right of me that they're going to do their job, and as long as I do mine, there's no way they score on us. Really, the bell, it's awesome to hold, but just my teammates. That's what means the most. To see the smile on his face, tears coming out of the next guy's eyes, just knowing how much this means to everybody, and that's why we won. I mean, that was the best feeling.
It's just like winning another national championship in our eyes. This is amazing, a great feeling. I can't wait to celebrate it with my brothers. Back where it belongs, baby. The bell's coming home, back where it belongs.